So do you want to become a trainer? My name is Kathy Shapati. I'm board chair of the National Women's Martial Arts Federation. And we are about to open in September applications for our next conference in 2021, July 21st through the 25th at Daemen College in Amherst, New York. And Amherst is just a little bit outside Buffalo. And Buffalo is not too far from Niagara Falls if you're looking for a vacation. We have been so lucky at the National Women's Martial Arts Federation to have fantastic teachers, mentors, instructors, trainers over the years. We've had people from the Netherlands. We've had people from Germany. We've had people from Canada. We've had people right here in the United States. And we're blessed to have some of the best instructors in the country at our conferences. And I think you could be one of those people next year. So this video is all about how to do that, how to go about the application process, what are the requirements, should you, shouldn't you? I think you should, but after the video, you'll be in a much better situation to be able to decide on your own. But first, a story. I come from a Taekwondo background, and I was not selected the first time I applied. However, I got the best advice. I got the best critique and the best feedback from a self-defense instructor from Massachusetts. I still keep in contact with her. She's still a great friend because she was honest. She gave me feedback that was phenomenal and very helpful. And the next year, I applied again. The next year, there's a thing that the selection committee does, is that when someone has applied the year before and not selected, they give a special eye to that person if they come back again. And I was one of those people. And in the meantime, I had worked on my class proposal. I had worked on the material I was going to be teaching. And I put in a much stronger class proposal. And the experience was phenomenal. As a trainer, you get to experience being with people and teaching people from all over the country and beyond. And you get to share your experience, strength, hope, passion, wisdom, knowledge. And you get to see the light come on in their eyes. It's a great experience. It's phenomenal. And I highly encourage you to apply. There's a couple of things that are important. So let's just get started. Do you have to become a member of the National Women's Martial Arts Federation to teach? No, you do not. Would we like you? Sure. But that's not a condition of the application. It's not something that we're looking at. We're looking at getting the best instructors from all over the country to come and share their experience, strength, and hope with us for 4 days. That's what we're looking for. Do you have to be a certain age? Yes and no. If you're 18 and over, great. No problem. If you're under 18, though, that still isn't a problem. We just are going to require that you have an adult co-teacher. If you're already teaching at your school's classes, if you're already leading youth classes, if you're teaching forms or patterns, and you're young, that's not a problem. In fact, that's an advantage. We have a lot of youth who come to our conferences, and they connect better with people who are closer to their age. There was one particular young lady named Patty. She was at the demo one Saturday night, and she was phenomenal. I mean, I went up to her after the demo, And I said, you have to apply to teach next year. And she did. And I tell you, the girls in her classes were in awe of her. It was great. So I don't care how old you are. If you've got something to share, please apply. Please. It takes everybody to inspire someone. If you're that person, we want you there. So, okay, let me tell you a little bit about how to apply, what everything means, and how to put your best foot forward. There's a difference in our application process between classes and workshops. Classes are 90 minutes long, and they're compensated. You get paid. They can be physical, lecture, or a mixture of both. They can be healing arts, martial arts, self-defense. They can be kick like an Olympian, gold medalist, or they can be breaking boards. They can be learning arm bars, using weapons, or honing de-escalation skills. It could be any of that. Workouts are 30 to 60 minutes long, and they are not compensated. We ask you to volunteer. Now, those are the ones, the early morning wake up classes, stretch, morning yoga, tai chi, qigong, or evening meditation class. Those are a little bit shorter, and they are, and we ask that you volunteer for those. Regardless of whether it's a class or a workshop, we're going to do a background check, and you'll have to sign a contract if you're selected. So there's the board, the trainer selection committee tries to be very fair and does not try to play favorites. And so there are 3 categories in which you cannot apply. If you are already on the board, you cannot apply. And that's because the board approves all of the selection, the trainer selection committee final choices. So that wouldn't be fair. If you're a member of the trainer selection committee, obviously that's not going to happen. And if you've been a trainer at 2 consecutive conferences in the past, then we're going to ask you to allow others a chance to apply and a spot. And that's only fair. So are you still interested? That's great. Here's what you need to do to apply. Well, first, complete an application. If you're a member of our, if you receive our newsletters, if you've subscribed to our newsletters, you're going to get emails from the National Women's Martial Arts Federation. That's the quickest way to find out when applications are open. Or you can continue to check our website, nwmaf.org, and on the front page will be some kind of a link to our conference page, and you can go there to try to figure out how to apply. The applications will be there. But we're going to be sending alerts straight to all of our the people who subscribe. And you don't have to be a member of the NWMAF to subscribe to our newsletter either, just to let you know. We're going to ask you to complete an application, number 1. Number 2, we're going to want a current bio, resume, and photo. We're going to want a title, description, and class outline, and objectives if you want to, if especially for instructors who want their classes to be approved for continuing education units, CEUs. And we're going to ask for 3 references. You have press clippings? That's great. Do you have a curriculum vitae? Wonderful. You've done TV? Fantastic. Include that too. You can submit class proposals for as many classes as you like. In fact, submitting more is good because maybe not all of them will be selected, but you should know that there are a maximum of 4 classes that any trainer can be approved for. No more than 4. So you can either submit your best 4 and maybe 3 get selected, or you can submit your best 6 and 4 get selected. But you won't be teaching more than 4 at our conference, and you won't be teaching back-to-back classes at our conference. That's another thing to keep in mind. The other thing to keep in mind is that, let's see, we do ask that you sign a contract. I think that's obvious. We want a commitment. We want to be able to tell our members who's actually going to be there. We will compensate you per class. The compensation, though, is for one person. So if you decide to propose a class in which you have a co-teacher, that happens all the time. It's very common. That compensation goes to one person, and however the 2 people decide to distribute that compensation is between them. We do ask that all trainers promote their classes and promote the conference on their social media, via email, on a school website, whatever your usual promotional outlets are. And here's the big one. It is mandatory for trainers to attend an orientation and to be available for the conference, the full length of the conference. And that's because we want to make sure that all of our trainers know exactly how, what our requirements are as far as teaching and what class etiquette, any updates on schedule changes. We want to be able to keep everybody on the same page and a nice flow to the conference. So we ask for your consideration about that. If you think you might not be able to make the 21st through the 25th, you might apply, but know that that might be a factor. So here's when the trainer selection committee, they look at a lot of different things in relation to who gets chosen and what they're looking for. One of the things that they look for is how well the class proposals fit with the theme. This year's theme is going to be Rise. We're going to have a lot to rise about. We're going to have a lot of people who are going to be needing to be uplifted. This has been a crazy year. And next year, we really need the empowerment martial arts. We need everything to rise up. So they're going to be looking at proposals that are much more focused on that element. But beyond that element, the trainer selection committee is looking for new trainers, ones who have not taught in the previous year, and new trainers to the NWMAF. We're always looking for new people. So if you've never heard of the National Women's Martial Arts Federation, never knew we existed, welcome. Now you do, and we would love to hear from you. We're looking for a mixture of race, ethnicity, age, and geographic region. And I want to say specifically, we're looking for people of color, women of color who more accurately represent our membership, and the women who practice martial arts, healing arts, and self-defense across the nation. We're also looking for a balance of physical activity-based classes and lecture-based. We're looking for a hard and external and soft internal balance. We're looking for mat arts, specifically jiu-jitsu and judo. We're looking for weapons classes, healing arts classes, self-defense classes that are geared toward self-defense instructors. We're looking for a variety of levels of exertion and required participation experience. Because we have a lot of people who, they're white belts in whatever art they're in, We have some people who are just kind of interested in martial arts. They've really not taken anything yet. They're curious. And we have everything from a 6-degree black belt. So we have such a wide range. And we're looking for everything that we can kind of weave in and everyone can get something out of, no matter what your experience is. We're looking for class proposals that are open to teens and young martial artists because, as I mentioned before, we have quite a bit of young martial artists who attend. And on Super Saturday, we open our conference to men and boys. And we're looking for people who have who want to open their classes up to men and boys. Now let's talk about self-defense. Because, I don't know if you know this or not, but the National Women's Martial Arts Federation's Self-Defense Instructors Conference has been an important element of the organization for a long time. And it has grown exponentially. Its participants and its leaders are now leaders in the empowerment self-defense industry. They are movers and shakers. They are the experts. The empowerment self-defense model course is taught by someone who is an NWMAF certified self-defense instructor. If you are a certified self-defense instructor, we encourage you to apply to bring that model course to participants. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, but you are interested in becoming a self-defense instructor in your community, then the ESD model course is something you want to take. And it's something you definitely want to participate in so that you can find out how to become an NWMF certified self-defense instructor. It's a great opportunity, and I can't say how high I recommend you taking this, even if you're an experienced self-defense instructor in your own right. It'll rock your world. So, that's the process. And even if you think you're not sure if you're interested in teaching for the 2021 conference, you can always reach out to me. Ask questions. My email is chair@nwmaf.org. And I'm happy to answer any question you have. You can also send questions to events@nwmaf.org. And other than that, I gotta say, if you've made it this far into the video, we want you and we need you. We're looking for new, fresh voices. We're looking for diversity. And we need people who want to help others. We're looking for an empowered experience for Rise in 2021. And if this person is you, please keep your eyes open. Please make sure you apply. And if for whatever reason, if your application is not accepted, don't quit. Apply again. Come to our conference and find out what is so wonderful about this group. Thanks for watching. Please stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you in Buffalo.